Who are you beneath the mask? The ancient wisdom of knowing yourself. If one day you lost your job title, your social status, other people's opinions of you, and even the labels you've spent years building, would you still know who you are? From a very young age, we begin learning who we are supposed to become. Be good, be successful, be likable, be someone who never disappoints anyone. And little by little, we become very good at becoming what the world expects. But somewhere along the way, we may stop hearing our own voice. More than 2,000 years ago, a famous maxim associated with the temple of Apollo at Delphi declared, "Know thyself." Perhaps the deepest question of your life was never, "Who should I become?" Perhaps it has always been, when everything that isn't truly mine is stripped away. Who am I? How we learn to leave ourselves. A child doesn't begin life knowing what success means. They don't know what kind of life the world considers valuable. They simply explore. They create. They like certain things and dislike others. They express themselves before learning how they are expected to appear. Then the world begins teaching them. This is good, that is bad. Act like this and people will like you. Act like that and you may be rejected. So we begin watching other people's faces. We adjust ourselves. We hide certain parts to remain accepted and display other parts to receive approval. None of this is necessarily wrong. Human beings need to learn how to live with one another. The problem begins when the role we created to survive becomes confused with the entirety of who we are. The mask. The psychologist Carl Jung used an important concept, the persona. The word is associated with the mask presented to the world. The person you are at work, the person you are with family, the person you are with friends, and the person you present online may all be slightly different. These masks are not necessarily our enemies. We need them. The danger begins when we wear a mask for so long that we forget we are wearing one. The person who always plays the strong one may become afraid to admit vulnerability. The person who always plays the good one may feel guilty every time they say no. And the person who builds an identity around success may become terrified of failure. At that point, the mask is no longer serving you. You are serving the mask. The ancient question, know thyself. This may be one reason the idea of knowing oneself appears again and again across philosophy and spiritual traditions. In Hermetic traditions, human beings are encouraged to look beyond external appearances and explore mind, consciousness, and their relationship with a larger order. The modern world often asks, what do you have? What do you do? How much do you earn? How many people follow you? What have you achieved? But ancient philosophical traditions often invite another question. What remains when those things disappear? Your career can change. Your body will change. Relationships change. Money comes and goes. Someone may praise you today and forget you tomorrow. If your entire identity is built upon things that constantly change, your inner world will constantly move with them. So, know thyself is not an invitation to become obsessed with yourself. It is an invitation to discover whether there is somewhere deeper inside you from which you can stand. The rose doesn't need to become a lily. Imagine a garden. When a rose blooms, it doesn't look at the lily beside it and wonder, why am I not like you? An oak tree doesn't see bamboo growing quickly and decide that it has failed. And a star doesn't stop shining because the moon appears brighter. One of the extraordinary things about nature is that life does not demand that everything become identical. And yet, we often demand exactly that from ourselves. We see someone succeed and begin copying their path. We see one kind of beauty celebrated and begin rejecting what makes us different. We see one lifestyle admired and wonder whether our own life has somehow gone wrong. But if every flower became the same flower, the garden would lose its beauty. Perhaps growth isn't asking, how can I become more like them? Perhaps the better question is, how can I become more fully myself? Being yourself doesn't mean you are always right, but there is something important we should understand. Be yourself doesn't mean I am always right. I don't need to listen to anyone. I can do whatever I want. That isn't awakening. Sometimes that's simply another form of ego. Real self-knowledge requires courage, because you must be willing to see your strengths and your shadows, your desires and your fears. You must be able to admit your mistakes and recognize the places where you still need to grow. Your authentic self is not a finished answer. It may be more like a process of removing expectations that were never yours, removing performances you created to be loved, and even removing some of the illusions you created about yourself, until slowly you begin discovering what actually matters to you. 3 questions to ask yourself tonight. Try something simple. Find somewhere quiet. No phone, no music, no one else. Give yourself 10 minutes and ask yourself 3 questions. First, if no one could judge me, what kind of life would I truly want to live? Second, are the things I am pursuing actually what I want, or what I was taught I should want? Third, what parts of myself have I been hiding because I was afraid they wouldn't be accepted? Don't rush to answer. Don't force yourself to create a beautiful conclusion. Just listen, because the voice that belongs to you may not shout. It may be the quietest voice in the room. Awakening may be a return. We often imagine awakening as becoming something greater, more powerful, more successful, more enlightened. But perhaps real awakening moves in the opposite direction. Perhaps it isn't about constantly adding something new to yourself. Perhaps it's about letting go of comparison, letting go of performance, letting go of identities you no longer need. Until one day, you stop asking, who do I need to become for the world to accept me? And begin asking, how would I live if I stopped abandoning myself? You don't need to become another flower to prove your beauty. You don't need to walk someone else's path to prove that you aren't behind. And you don't need to become someone else to become worthy of love. Maybe the person you were meant to become was never missing. Maybe they have been there all along, beneath the noise, beneath the expectations, beneath the mask, quietly waiting for you to return. You don't have to become someone else to become more of yourself. And remember, you are not the storm. You are the sky that holds it. Astral Sanctum.